Hello, empowered parents, and thank you for joining me on my live this afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Every Thursday. And just to mention at the outset, from next week onwards, we will be going live from 12:30 p.m. because we've had a lot of parents tell us that it is spot on time when they are rushing out the door to pick kids up from school. So we are changing our time to 12:30 p.m. So today's topic, guys, is on how do we get our kids to help out more in the house. So I'm going to be approaching this topic in two ways. The first way is with strategies, with new techniques that we can use to address our kids. But the second part of this is the empowered parents approach, where we are looking at what we've been doing this far and how has that been working. I'm going to be sharing models that we use in Empowered Parents. I'm going to be sharing with you the 4 C's of Empowered Parenting, of how we can dive in and get new results. We work with the thought and we work our thought right through the results so we can get the desired outcome. So welcome. This is a live Q&A, so do ask questions. We are answering a mom's question that I received on my personal page when I put this event out on my personal page. Her name is Mel, and her question goes, I have a defiant 17-year-old, she says, who is needing clear boundaries between rights versus privileges, and what constitutes she wants to know what constitutes as working as a team, rather than it's my room, I don't have to clean it, or I've cleaned my room but her things are still scattered through the rest of the house. Or what Melissa says is that her 17-year-old daughter will say, I have made dinner on the odd occasions, and then she leaves the dishes out for her to clean. She says she's a single, exhausted mom of a 17-year-old, a 4-year-old, and an 18-month-old. She says she's also got a 4-year-old who loves doing does the dishes, puts clothes away, but she says she just didn't think that she would still be doing so much of the parenting for her 17-year-old. So hopefully she will be able to join us and we'll be able to address her concerns. However, we will send her this recording. So Melissa, this one's for you. And yes, guess what? For every other parent too. This is a big problem. Is Melissa's problem unique? I don't think so, because I hear this so much from clients, from friends, and I can see how the techniques that we use in parenting can bring us to this point and give us these results of having a home where our kids are not pulling their weight in, or they're not supporting us or helping out or even listening to us. So to get our kids to help out, some strategies I would like you to use, or this is where we talk about some techniques, is setting the result, understanding what is it that we want the result to be. So let's say it's a clean room. A week ago, I asked my daughter to clean her toilet. So this was the result that we put out. This is what we would like. And often as parents, we can state what we want and then step out and expect that our child will just jump in and do it. And often as parents, we can also be sure that we've got an expectation that even though we are putting the request out there, that we aren't completely convinced that it's going to happen. So even as we state what we want, we already have an expectation that our child isn't going to comply. Now, why I'm saying this is the energy with which we put out a request carries a lot of weight into how your child receives your command, and how, or your request or your instruction command might be a huge word. Your request and how they respond to it. So when you request for your child to offload the dishwasher, what is your expectation of them? What is the language you use? What is the energy? What are the words? And what is the tone of your voice? So in terms of the strategies that you can use, how can you support your kid to support your child to derive or to come to the final result. So when I asked my 15-year-old to clean the toilet, I specified what tasks would she need to do. I didn't just say clean the toilet. In fact, I didn't say clean the toilet at all, even though I was thinking I want her to clean the toilet. What I said to her was, use the brush, use the detergent, and clean the toilet bowl. Wipe down the sink area, put the dirty towels in the laundry basket. So clear tasks. To me, that was, can you please clean the toilet? But to her, what she heard was specific tasks that were that gave me the result that I desired. So where can you be more specific, and how can you support your kids? Another thing I've done with my kids is I have got it written down, the tasks that I expect the both. I'm a mom of two girls, my 20-year-old, soon to be 21, who still lives with me, and my 15-year-old, soon to be 16 in August. And we have set tasks that we do in the home. We have a meeting where we come together. When I find that they drop off the ball, which kids do, you can expect that they will stay consistent for some time, and then they drop off. That's when we come back to the table, we talk about what our tasks are. I will ask them what it is that we are doing, and now I've also got it written down. I haven't written it down, they have written it down. Look for where you can pass the responsibility on to them. Ask them questions. What are we doing today, guys? It's the weekend, it's Saturday morning, we've got set tasks on a Saturday morning. Not saying to them, do you know what your tasks are you going to do it? But do it from the expectation that they will, that they want to. They just need your clarity. No matter what your mind is saying, that no, it isn't true, you don't know my kid. I can hear parents saying, you don't know my child, you don't know how they are. I'm asking you to step back and break it down. How can you break down the task furthermore into the most simplest baby steps, which allows them, it's as good as holding their hand. Yes, I can hear you say again, if I'm going to hold their hand and take them through this, I might as well do it myself. Yes, that might be another way, but how well is that going for you in getting your kids to support you? So we might need to take baby steps in at the start, but it's important that we do. So I want you to look at what ways you can use to break down the tasks so you can get them to help out. Ways that I have used myself are being more specific with the task. Ways that I have used are by having lists made that are put out, made by them, so getting them to take responsibility, getting them to choose between the kids, what would you like to do and how can you share responsibilities, being the mediator, negotiating tasks, and supporting them through being able to support you. That is key. The other approach, so remember I said two approaches. One is guidelines on what you can do, what techniques you can implement. Next is what you can do within yourself. And I've got a few points here. Is how can you be more present with your kids when you are when you are parenting them? How can you be more present within yourself, knowing where your emotions are? If your emotions are if you're just exploding and you find yourself getting triggered. So to respond to Melissa, she used certain terms that I picked up here. She said her defiant child. So there is a label of a child being defiant. So when we are expecting our child to be defiant, just become curious, is what might be the energy you might be using in parenting, because then we are clashing. Let's be aware of where we might be clashing against them, because guess what happens when we clash? We put up a wall, so you just cannot get through from that point. And our goal here is to get through our kids. So what we need to be doing is bringing down our wall so they don't have a wall to clash against. Share with me whether you are getting what I'm saying. Put it in the comment box. Are you able to comprehend how this approach might work? Also be aware that you are getting certain results right now, and the results that you are getting goes back to my TEAR model. Our thoughts, it starts with a thought. Our thought creates the energy, the emotion that we feel, the E. So thoughts give us the E, the emotion. The A then leads us to take the action. The actions are putting lists together, getting our kids to supporting our kids through this. They will put resistances. Remember that they are clashing. It's like walls clashing against each other. There is nothing that we can go through if we are doing this. So breaking down, bringing down the wall from our end, so they've got nothing to clash against. This is where we want our actions to come from. Our actions are not coming from us putting up a wall to our defined child, but instead supporting them through the process of getting them to the other side of being able to support us. So our actions that we take is something you need to be aware of, and knowing that it is a result of the thoughts that you hold in your mind, the thoughts around your child. If you're thinking about them, they're not a team player, they are defined. Observe where you can shift your thought pattern. Why? Because your thought, your current thought, is giving you the emotion that you feel of frustration, for example, which is causing you to take the actions that you take, which are putting up a wall, which give you the result of no win for both parties. So TEAR, how are you applying this model? Watch and keep a note of how you are playing this out in your home at the moment when your kids aren't jumping on board to help you and support you, but instead see how you can work it to get the result where your child is jumping on board to help you and to support you. So to get the result that we want, we need to be aware of the thought that we are entertaining in our mind, the emotion that we're feeling as a result. And we can do this by thinking thoughts of the times when they have helped you. There will be areas where they are interested and they show more interest, and how we can bring that on board. How can we support them more through the process, which can be the actions that we take which give us the result. So yes, we do need to go through those windy roads at the start so that we can come to a smooth place. So I have had to work on my own emotions when I had to get my kids on board to support me more. Being able to run a home as a single parent is not easy, and being able to set those guidelines at the start is challenging. So Melissa, I get you, it is challenging. However, staying consistent is key. So here we come with our 4 C's of empowered parenting, and that is commit to this new way of approaching parenting. Have courage. It takes courage to bring our walls down. It takes courage to break our old patterns and give your kids a new level of support, as much as you don't want to, and with all the resistance that you feel from them. It takes courage, guys, and relationships do take courage. So let's step in there. The next thing is to be consistent. Once you start applying new ways, how can you be more consistent? And our 4th C of empowered parenting is to be confident, knowing in yourself, knowing that you got this. Our kids read into our level of confidence, and our kids can play into it if they feel that we are not feeling confident in ourselves. So the 4th C of empowered parenting is about being that confident mom, that emotionally resilient mom, which brings us, mom or dad, sorry guys, sorry to the guys who will listen to this, mom or dad. So if you'd like to know more how you can, I can keep talking in depth, because my mastery is on self-mastery. My mastery is on emotional mastery. My work is around emotional mastery for parents. My group, my group that I support, the parents group that I work with every week on a Monday night, is emotional mastery for parents, where we are getting parents to recognize their own emotions and rise above them. It's about how we bring those walls down so our kids have nothing to clash against. And relationships are all across the board. You might be fine with your kids, but you might be having challenges with your partner. This is where this work has been proven. I hear parents come in and tell me how being not even 3 weeks in the program saying, oh my gosh, Yolanda, you didn't tell me this was going to improve my relationship too. I have got so many single moms that come into this group and are attracting new relationships on a whole new level when they start bringing their resistances down and bringing their resilience up. So emotional resilience for parents, raising emotionally resilient kids is key, which is our workshop that is coming up, where I will be diving in with you for the next 90 minutes. I talk to you about how you can build your own emotional resilience to raise emotionally resilient kids, which is what our kids are asking us for. They're asking us to be confident in ourselves. They're asking us to be consistent so that they have that tower and that tower of support that they need to take them along their journey. Our kids are looking up to us, but we need to step up so that they can look up to us. We can't be on their level. We need to rise above our own emotional ups and downs so that we can be that confident parent that they need on this journey. Unless and until we can raise our own emotional resilience, we cannot be supporting our kids. The link is there. Book in for our emotional mastery, emotional resilience for parents, raising emotional resilient kids that is coming up on Saturday the 15th of May. I have 3 free tickets to give away. If you respond with a thumbs up, you can avail of one of our 3 free tickets. So make sure you do use that, because you are using up a spot for a parent otherwise. So we would love you to do that. We'd love you to we'd love to see you on our workshop. I'd love to support you there and tell you what this emotional resilience is all about, how you can utilize it to get your kids on board on your journey, and get them to support you wholeheartedly. Empowered parenting is about creating win-win, where you feel like you are winning and your child feels like they are winning, which is what we get to enjoy when we go on this empowered parents journey. My 21-year-old and my 15-year-old support me, and we work as a team. We have our set duties and we've got each other's back. That's the home we create, the safety net we create in our home. We are excited to come back together to share our journey and share where we are at, because we feel supported and we feel confident in each other. But it starts with us, the parent, creating consistently and being committed to being that role model. So I hope this has helped you. I look forward to having you join us. I do have a masterclass next Friday coming up, and we'll have the link for you here on the upcoming masterclass, and that is about how to build connection with your child. Again, such important goal being shared in this group. Click on the link to register, and we look forward to seeing you there. If you found this helpful, give me a 2 thumbs up. If there is a question that you have and you'd like me to answer it in my next live parenting Q&A happening next Thursday at what time? Anybody remember what time did I say the live parenting Q&A is? Next Thursday it is at 12:30 p.m. I will see you then. Bye.